Good evening and welcome to Elizabeth Burnt This and That, what we'll call a nighttime edition because the weather here in Indiana has been scorching hot.
It's been brutal.
And brutal, high humidity, high temperatures. We were going to try
Heat
this
advisories.
afternoon, but it was just too hot. So we came out in the evening, just a little bit after sunset. And
Bless the breeze.
it's a dry night with a little bit of a breeze. Doesn't feel too bad out here. We're somewhat expecting a train to come through. This is our train watching location. And if we get a train, that'll of course interrupt our review. But I don't know that anything is coming real soon. I've not heard anything on the radio. We've got a radio for monitoring train radio traffic. So anyway, Elizabeth, tonight, what's the review?
I'm going to be reviewing Murderbot Season 1. And I didn't know that this was a book, honestly. And it's really strange because usually I am aware of all the books that are coming out, especially if they're sci-fi. So this was a surprise to me. But I didn't know anything about it. It was very intriguing to me. And I thought, oh, this is kind of a novel concept. And I thought, well, we'll watch it and see what it's about. And it's actually really very well produced. The cast is excellent. I like all the characters. You've got this ragtag group of people that come together. They're sent on an expedition to this godforsaken planet in the middle of like nowhere, and they acquire a sec unit, not knowing that this sec unit is faulty.
That's a security unit.
Yes.
It's basically a robot. It's a little bit like Commander Data.
Yes.
As far as anything else I've
Mixed
seen
with
on
Terminator.
television. Yeah, and he's a security robot.
Yes.
And he's got a past that he can't quite remember. They've erased it. But he gets glimpses of it now and then.
Sure.
And I guess he murdered a lot of people.
Right, hence Murderbot.
So they've kind of flushed his brain, put him back out there again. And he's learned to turn off his
Governor module.
Right,
he hacked it.
Which makes him obey certain commands like do not kill people, things like that.
Right.
So he's kind of autonomous now. He can do what he wants.
But I thought it was absolutely fantastic. I thought it was well done. And the ending actually made me cry. I wasn't expecting that at all. It was something that was completely out of left field for a sci-fi, and it was refreshing, I thought. It was wholesome, and it brought joyful tears to my eyes unexpectedly. So if you're interested in something new and different and unique, I would give it 5 stars and 2 thumbs way up, especially the narration. The narration part of it, I thought, added a little bit more in depth to Sec Unit's character.
And what network is that on?
It is on Apple.
Apple TV Plus.
Yes. And if you're looking for...
Which has a lot of good shows,
yes,
by the way.
It really does.
If we have to, keep just one service or one or two,
right.
It might be...
Foundation is back, so I'm extremely excited.
And we've got the Amazon video as well. But
yes, we do.
Apple's got some really good stuff.
Apple has some absolutely...
And Murderbot, the actor that plays it reminds me so much... Now, you got to be older to, recognize this name. But Max Headroom.
I thought that too.
Max Headroom.
I thought that too.
That was a
enough.
show from, I don't know, back in the 1980s.
Well, it was an interruption that just happened out of nowhere. And a lot of us who were Zillennials or Millennials and Generation Xers remember this very distinctly because it was just so strange and unusual. Nothing like that had ever happened on network television. Yeah. So whatever happened to Max Headroom, I wonder?
I don't know. I don't know if that ran for just a single season.
It was just
might have been British.
Really?
British production. I don't know.
It might have been British.
I'm
not for certain. We need to dive into that rabbit hole and check it out.
Yeah, I'll have to look up the Max Headroom stuff. And people that maybe lived around Chicago years ago, WGN was doing a broadcast. And of course their studios are far removed from the transmitter site.
Sure.
And they have to use a radio signal to beam their production video out to the transmitter site to be transmitted. Right. Well, some enterprising hacker got themselves a transmitter and interrupted like a minute's worth of WGN broadcast with somebody in a Max Headroom costume.
Right.
And they did a few kind of raunchy things, at least for back then in television. And there was another station they broke in on But you can probably look it up on YouTube. Look up Max Headroom
It's
WGN,
bizarre.
and it's you see the signal kind of fade out,
This is
and
so
then this other
absurd.
signal comes in,
Right.
and that's one of the I guess all-time great TV hacks.
Yeah.
Nowadays that wouldn't quite be possible,
No.
but back when the studio transmitter links were done by radio, if you were closer to the radio station by a good bit than the studio site was,
Right.
it didn't take a lot of power to break in on one of those transmissions. So that's something you might look up, just Max Headroom WGN, and then you can go down that, Max Headroom rabbit hole. And but that's what he reminds me of. His mannerisms, his voice just reminds me a lot of
His
Max
cadence and
Headroom.
speech.
Yeah, I'll have to
Yeah.
get pictures of both and kind of compare them side by side.
Right.
But from memory, he reminds me a lot of
He
Max
sort of
Headroom.
looks like him a little bit.
But it's a good show,
Yeah.
and you can spoil, I guess, a little bit.
I don't want to spoil it. It's too good.
Okay, it's
The
a good show.
The episodes are too short, unfortunately, but
Interesting
I just don't
turn
wanna
at the very end. It's
I don't want to spoil it.
worth watching through.
Yeah,
to the,
it'll make you cry. If you don't
finale.
cry, then something's wrong with you. Because
And
I did.
we've had kind of a busy week. We've got a big bicycle race to photograph
Oh,
this
yeah.
weekend.
And
I'm the official
the weather's
photographer
going to be
for the Dust
beastly.
Bowl 100 bicycle race. It's a 100-mile gravel race through mostly Putnam County, Indiana. It starts at Eminence, Indiana, but
Yeah.
they've got, I think, almost 1,300
For
cyclists
1,300
from all
this
over
year.
the country participating
massive.
this year, and it's quite a big race.
Yeah.
So that's Saturday morning. Begins Saturday morning. Then we've got some of the other events, vendor setups, things like that, going on tomorrow, which is Friday, the 26th.
Yeah, this is
Saturday.
vendors and the kids race and little odds and ends.
And Elizabeth may post this tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
So it'll
But I
still be
also
ahead of
wanted
the
to
race.
talk. Did you want to speak a little bit about the satellite transmission?
Yeah, something else we did lately.
It's no longer transmitting, but
A friend of mine that has Castle Makers. It's a
Chris. Yep.
one of these workshops where you learn to do all kinds of things:
Yeah, it's
3D
really quite
printing,
fascinating.
CNC machining,
Raspberry Pi.
creating electronics, all sorts of stuff, and it's especially oriented toward high schoolers,
Yeah.
kids. But he's had that shop for maybe 4 or
They
5
have
years
maker spaces too, where you can just go in
It
and
is a
chat if you have a
makerspace.
project, and they can help you.
Yeah, so it's
So it's really
an
cool.
interesting place. But anyway, he tipped me off that the ISS, International Space Station, was going to be broadcasting slow scan television on ham radio.
It's incredible.
They've got several ham radio, amateur radio frequencies that they use. And they were going to be broadcasting slow scan television, which is still images that can be sent, via VHF or UHF radio. In their case, they're sending it out on VHF. Or you can use slow scan on the shortwave band. So you can send an image through shortwave radio to other continents. And I've never really played around with it before, but the radio I've got, it's an ICOM 705, is capable of picking up the correct frequency on VHF. And I wanted to try and downlink some of that slow scan television, see if I could get some images. Well, I did get a partial image. I had an app that you put it next to the radio and it hears the audio
And it decoded
starts
it, yep.
decoding an image. But I was kind of late in the game. They only did it through last Sunday, was their last day. So by the time I found out I could do it through a better app, it was already over with. But we were playing around with that a little bit. So,
That was fun, though. It was fun.
you have to listen for when there's going to be a space station, pass overhead.
Right.
So that's another odd thing we've been doing. We've done a little bit of metal detecting, trying to find some lost rings. Didn't have much
Didn't
luck
have much
that
luck
day.
there, but
So
I
we've
enjoyed
got,
doing it.
some oddball hobbies. So that's a little bit about what we've been up to and why Elizabeth hasn't posted for
Yeah.
several
But
weeks
my next
now.
review is going to be on Jurassic World Rebirth.
Yeah, we're going to do a second video here in just a moment
Yeah.
since it's a nice evening. It's cooled off some. And she'll do a video on Jurassic Rebirth, which we both saw
Jurassic
at the theater.
World.
Jurassic World. That we saw, that was earlier this week, I guess.
That was earlier this
Tuesday
week.
evening.
Yep.
So she'll talk about that in the next video. So thanks for watching. Anything else, Elizabeth?
And that'll be all. Catch you later.